Accessing the database.
Accessing database.
Accessing.
Okay, how to accessing the database? So what are the database physical files?
Physical files. View file. Something.
What are the
We
names
have
of Oracle database physical files?
we have two types of files, right?
So can you name them? What are the names?
Sorry.
The names of the physical files, the two types, whatever.
Yeah.
Can you name any file of Oracle database which we discussed in the last session?
Uh, is it like the log files?
Not the log files. Log files to check the array logs. Once you create the database physical files will be
Okay.
created. How to access database, that physical files will come into the picture. As a DBA, you have to maintain that physical files. So when
Okay.
you, what is an Oracle instance?
When we connect to a database, an instance will
Uh,
be created.
okay.
Yeah.
The
And we
instance
can.
will be created here, but what is that one? What does the instance contain? So how to start the database? What is the command to access the database and start the database?
We'll first enter SQL plus,
Okay.
and we'll be accessing it with sysdba.
All right.
The owner will be sysdba.
Okay. So to start up the database, you have
Yeah.
startup command.
And then, yeah, uh, with the startup command, it will be opening in
So
the
when you
idle
make
interface, right?
startup, yeah. What will happen internal process when you set up the database? What does the Oracle do?
With the startup command.
Yes.
Yeah, with the startup command, it will be going from idle to, an Oracle instance will be created.
Okay. Then once the Oracle instance is created,
Then we'll be just, accessing the database, right? With the instance.
mhm. So when you make startup, Oracle looks for which file?
We can manage all the files in the database.
It looks for the parameter file. So one of the physical file name is parameter file. Oracle looks for parameter file. On the parameter file, there is a memory allocation will be defined. How much each user should get the memory from database server. So memory will be allocated, that is instance started. So Oracle instance contains memory. Plus automatically the background process will start it. Background process designed by the Oracle for each input and output program. So that is called DOMON stage. Once the Oracle passed the no mount stage, then it will look for the control file. So the second physical file name is control file. So
Okay.
location of control file defined in the parameter file. If all the physical control files are present in the physical location, it will go to the mount stage. Then Oracle reads the control file. Control file contains the names and physical locations of data files and log files. Data files and log files, that is two more physical database files. Data file contains committed transaction, log file contains online transaction. If all physical files are present in the physical location which is defined in the control file, database will go to the open stage. So open stage means database up and running, multi-user access. Remotely, many users can connect and access the database.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah.
So what are the database physical files? In Oracle database, what are database physical files?
Control files.
Okay.
When
Then
mounting the control files, then anybody can access the database files and the log files.
now I'm asking what are the names of Oracle database physical files? Can you name them?
The parametric files.
Okay. Then
The parametric files and the control files. Right?
okay. What about data files and log files?
Uh,
Data files and log files are the physical files of database or not?
no, the two types are the parametric files and the control files. Those are the two physical, files in the data.
So what is data file and log file?
They contain all the data which we store in the database.
Okay. So this log files is called a redo log files. Okay. Database logs will be different. This is redo log. Data file or redo log file. Error logs are different. Okay. To check the error logs and daily maintenance activity logs. Logs means what is happening in the database. That alert logs we call it. This is redo log is different. So Oracle database is having 5 physical files. First is parameter file, control file, redo log file, data files, and password file. The first 4 files are important. It has to be there in database. If it is not there, database will stuck. Database will not work. Okay. So data files means committed transaction. Redo log means whatever you'll do changes to the original file that will save in the redo log file.
Okay.
Control file and parameter files both are supporting files to start and operate the database. Control file contains how many data files and Verilog files are there. Parameter file contains some parameter values to start and operate the database. Copy? So any question here? Yes, Vamshi. Any question here?
No. Good.
So can you tell me what are the database physical files and with definition? What does it contain?
Uh, we have 5 types of physical files.
Hmm.
Uh, Parameter files, they contain the parameter values of data for accessing the database.
Okay.
The, the control file, uh, mm, control file they are used. It's used when opening the database,
Okay.
right? when starting the database.
Mm-hmm.
And the redo log file, when there is any change in the database, for in a specific file,
Mm-hmm.
then that change will be, we can observe the change in the redo log file.
Mm-hmm. Data files.
The data files they contain all the data in the database,
Okay.
and the password file,
This is what
all
will
the
start
user
deleting.
passwords. Yeah.
Yeah. Now here, let's say example, parameter file is deleted, not a problem. We can recreate it. Control file is deleted, we can recreate. If redo log and data files are created, we can recreate, but it will create empty files. The transaction will be lost. Okay.
Okay.
So example, the simple example in the application, how redo log and data files will work. Like when you access gmail.com. Okay. So when I log in it, so what will happen? Oracle instance created. It is created on the gmail.com database server. Okay.
Okay.
So this inbox means this information is retrieved from my data file. Somebody send me the email by confirming it. When you click on send items, okay. So send items means which you confirm it. Let's say example, when you compose. So this compose is running on running configuration. Okay. And you're writing something. So it is running on RAM, Oracle instance. It is running on the Oracle instance. Suddenly what happens? Your database, you're disconnected from the internet. Are disconnected from internet. It means there is some issue. Your network fails, your operating system restart, or from the server side, the server restart means Oracle instance is deleted. You are disconnected means Oracle instance crash. Okay.
Okay.
So when you access next time, the last time login, whatever you have done the changes, that information is automatically right in draft or not.
Yeah.
You open the draft, that information is available.
Yeah.
So in Gmail, if you write A also, it will save the information. If you send this one, it will be committed. Means in this application, the send item, send button is committed. Means you are confirming to send the email.
Yeah.
But what happened? You have done the changes, you written a new email or you have done modification to the original data. Automatically that information will write to the redo log. Why?
Oh,
If your instance crash, when you log in, that same information, whatever the changes you have done, in Gmail it will be available in form of draft.
yeah.
If you commit, then send it, that will save in the data file. Either inbox, your send item. That will save in the permanently in data file.
Okay.
Okay. So here you need to understand redo log and data files, very critical files, very important files, because the transaction are going to be right.
Okay.
So we have automatic backup schedules. And redo log file, there is automatic backup schedules will be there. Whatever you will do changes, it will save in one redo log file, and the same information will push to some other server. Millions of transactions will save automatically. that we need to design and configure it by defining something archive log mode and no archive mode. Okay. So here my
Okay.
basic objective is just you need to understand as a Oracle DBA what's the core responsibility. You need to manage these 5 physical files. Whenever you create the database, these 5 physical files will create. And as a DBA,
Okay.
you need to manage these physical files only. Okay.
Okay.
So Oracle database physical files means parameter file, control file, redo log, data file, password file. And a basic definition, parameter file helps the database to start and operate. Control file contains data file and redo log file location. Redo log file, your online transaction. Data file, your committed transaction. Password file is for remote authentication. So parameter
Okay.
file contains parameter values
Parameter values.
to start and operate the database. Second, control file contains names and physical locations of data files and redo log files. Redo log files, online transaction. Changes made to the
Changes.
original data.
Yeah.
Data files, committed transaction. Password file, remote authentication. Okay.
Okay.
So this basic definition, you have to know it. So if I'll start my database,
Uh, can you just open that paint? I'll just take a screenshot of it.
yes.
Yesterday, what happened was I have formatted my system, so I lost that file.
Then,
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah.
all right. Okay. So how to access database? You need to log in with the user which you created. Normally in organization, you'll not get the root user and the password. Directly you'll get a username and the password which you are going to create database. So remotely you need to log in it. How to access remotely? We're having some putty. We'll see later on.
Okay.
So once you connect it, so here directly terminal I connected. You can check out with the echo command to find out where is the Oracle home location. And this is the SMT. You can have multiple database in a single machine. So I'm having nearly in .env files are there. That's all my databases.
Okay.
And these are different databases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 databases are there in this machine. You can create multiple databases also. To create database, we have different methods are there. DBCA, manual, and ASM. Okay, so 90% we use ASM method. So ASM method means your Oracle software will be on one machine and database physical file will be on other machine. So most of the organization will have this scenario. So user will connect to whatever the application server or SQL. They will connect to the machine where Oracle software is installed. In that server, the Oracle instance will be generated. So separate machine will be maintained, just Oracle instance and background process will run. How this Oracle instance will access the database physical files,
Okay.
control file, redo log data files. The instance in this machine there is one more instance will be their ASM instance. So Oracle instance will convert into ASM instance that will have connection to the database.
Okay.
Okay. So the basic concept of ASM means the Oracle software will be on one machine and database on other machine. To have more secure environment, most of the organization used to keep the database on other machine, normally a storage box. So with the
Okay.
help of this one, okay, so let's say example, I configure my database as a prod, any name, and this instance, one instance will be there. 100 users are connected through this machine only, where the Oracle software is there. If this machine is failed, what will happen? Whatever the 100 users connected, yes,
Yeah.
yes, Vamshi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. There was a
You
break.
log in for 2 times?
No, I mean, there was a break in the middle, and
Yeah,
I logged in again.
I think your internet is having some issue. You are getting offline, online.
So the Wi-Fi
If
seems
100,
to be okay, but
yeah,
okay.
if 100 users are connected, okay, if 100 users are connected to the database, how they will connect through that Oracle instance only, which is going to be created in this machine. If this machine is crashed,
Okay.
all users will be disconnected. Yes.
Yeah.
So in that scenario, the organization what they will do multi-instance. Here one instance will be there. They will configure one more machine. N number of machines you can configure. So in that machine also, Oracle software will be there. Oracle instance can be generated, and it will pointing. It will have connection to the same database. So this instance name will be prod1 and this instance will become prod2.
Okay.
Okay. So here what will happen, let's say example, this user is connected to prod1 to the database prod1, prod database. If this operating system crash, this user automatically relocate to prod2 instance without a downtime.
Okay.
So this is something called failover concept. So failover means if the Oracle instance is going to be created on that machine. If that machine crash, the user will be disconnected. So most of the organization, they will use failover concept. Multiple operating system, multiple Oracle software will be installed. It is used for failover as well as load balancing. Load balancing means 100 users will connect it. 50 users will connect prod 1 instance. Other 50 users will be connected from prod 2 instance. If something happens to prod 1 instance, all the 50 users will relocate to prod 2.
Sure.
But it's doing the load balancing, means performance will be fast. 50 users here. As an example, I'm telling you. Okay?
Okay.
Like aircraft is having 2 engines. The pilot can use 8 hours one engine. After 8 hours, he can switch on other engine. Or in case of fails in the mid-air to survive, one engine fails, other engine will be there. So here also instance mix is equal to engine. If one engine fails, all users will relocate to other engine. So that is, we call it clustering concept. That's fine. We configure this level of clustering here. But if the database itself crash, on the storage box you're having control file, redo log, data files. If that one crash, then what will you do? What will be the solution?
They'll be maintaining a backup.
Yeah, backup will be there for restoration again. Like Bank of America database was crash. For restoring, it will take time.
Yeah.
They have to troubleshoot it, restore it. It will take time.
So they'll be
And then,
maintaining some other simultaneous backup.
yes, the same database you can define in the same location or some different locations also. Normally, we used to configure in different locations. Same database physical files on different locations. So whatever the changes are happening in primary database, the same information will update in secondary database. Same copy on multiple locations. Not only 2 locations, you can define unlimited locations. So minimum 9 locations are there, but they are organizations. Bank of America uses 30 locations.
Okay.
Because each and every transaction is important. If one location, the physical database is crashed due to earthquake, building collapse, there is a file broken out. Restoration, you have manual and automatic restoration are there, but it will take time to restore. So Oracle has given automatic replication on other locations. All the users will relocate to other locations. So second fail, third fail, fourth fail, fifth fail, like that 30 database servers on different locations. Banking sector, they have to maintain at least 7 locations. Okay.
Okay.
So that is called disaster recovery or data guard solution. Data guard, how to guard your data. Okay, failover for Oracle instance, we call clustering of Oracle instance, clustering of data for data. So in Oracle, we have 2 types of clustering. How the user connect through Oracle instance. So multiple instances you have to maintain. For what they are going to connect? Database. So you have to maintain database on multiple locations. Okay. Clustering of data, we call data guard, and clustering of instance, Oracle instance, that is called RAC, real application clustering. So what are the 2 types of clustering we have in Oracle?
Data guard and RAC.
Yeah. So what does the data guard do?
Data guard is for, if a database fails, then all the users connected to that will be given access to the other one, like prod 2.
So that is instance. Data guard means same database available on multiple locations.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Same data base server will be available on multiple locations.
What is the full form of RAC?
Real application clustering.
No.
This is for Oracle instance failover. If the instance fails, the user will connect to other instance.
Okay.
HSBC Bank, they maintain 60 instances because they have millions of users to have a good performance, load balancing, failover 60 instances they use. Normally, the sector, they used to use normally 20, 30 instances like that.
Okay.
Mid-sized organization where their applications are critical, they use 2, 3 instances only. Okay. Because they'll have less number of users. It depends on the
Yeah.
transaction, how many users are going to be accessed. So instance will be available.
Okay.
Okay. So here just you need to understand Oracle database physical files means parameter file, control file, data log, data file, password file. These
Yeah.
5 physical files, you need to understand the functional consult purpose, for what purpose these files are created, how to use it, how to take backup. It fails, how to restore it or how to recreate it. All the files we can recreate it. But redo log data file, empty it will create. The transaction will not be there. So
Yeah.
the backup is very critical. So redo log and data file backup should be there if you want to restore all the data. Parameter file helps to start and operate. Control file contains names and locations of data files and redo
Data
log.
files. Yeah.
Redo log are just example in Gmail draft. Whatever you'll do modification, automatically it's saving in draft.
Yeah.
Okay, but in redo log also there are some limitations are there. Data files you committed transaction. Password file for remote authentication. Then we have two types of failover in Oracle. Instance failover. As we know, if any user connects to an instance, if that instance fails, the users will be disconnected. This is a downtime. So instead of having downtime, we'll have multiple instances. Then we have failover for database. If the database physical files are deleted, crash, for restoration it will take time. For that reason, we
Yeah.
have multiple databases on same database on multiple locations. One database fails, the user will automatically relocate to other database.
Yeah.
Entire complete database backup. Okay, so
Okay.
to configure the instance failover, the Oracle software will be on one machine and it will connect to the storage box where you are going to create database through an ASM concept, automatic storage management. Okay.
Yeah.
So any question here?
No. Yeah.
Okay. So these are the very key important points you need to know it. Okay. So there is a separate team will be there always for data guard and maintaining the instance. Also there is a separate team will be there in the organization
Okay.
for performing the backups. Automatic backups will be there. At the end of the day, you need to check out all the backups, the transactions perfectly copied or not, taken backup or not. And once in a week, we need to perform the testing whether the whatever the backup we are doing, if really database crash, if we restore the backup, all the data will restore or not. That is for testing purpose we need to perform it. Okay.
Okay.
So how the database starts up? First database go to the no mount and open. Now no mount means Oracle instance started. Looks for parameter file based on that one. Memory allocated background process start. Then it looks for control file which is
Control
defined in parameter file. So all files are there, it will go mount. Then it
mouse
reads
time.
control file that contains the names and locations of data files and redo log files. If all files are there, it will go to the open stage. Okay.
Okay.
So here as a DBA, the basic fundamental basic foundation, just you need to understand what are database physical files, basic structure, basic definition. Okay, what is an Oracle instance, what is multiple instance, and what is data guard, the basic concept. Then how your database starts up, the basic process you need to understand. Okay,
Okay.
all these things practically I'll show you. Okay, how it looks like database, basically. Okay, everything I'm going to show you practically. Any question?
No, it's clear.
Okay. So today I'm going to stop the session here, and from tomorrow, from Monday we'll have the session again. Okay,
Okay.
to our previous timing. So the actual session I'm going to start from Monday. Okay, from the
Okay.
scratch to
Uh,
start from installation process. Okay,
okay. Uh,
all right. Then I'll catch you on Monday.
Actually, yeah,
Yes.
I'm unable to record the session here.
Yeah, yeah. You'll get the permission once you confirm the slots. You'll get the permission to record the session.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You need to download GoToMeeting desktop version.
Yeah, I'm using the desktop version, but I couldn't find any option for recording here.
I'll give the permission. Now you can record the session. There is an option will be they record this meeting.
Yeah.
Got it? There is an option will be they record this meeting. Click that record this meeting. The session will be recorded. I think someone from support team they're recording it. You can ask the today's session recorded session from them.
Oh, they're already recording it?
Yeah, somebody will record it. Okay. You can ask
Oh,
them. Call the
okay.
support team. Ask the today's recorded session. Okay.
Yeah. Can I access the software on my mobile too, using the Android application?
Software.
No, on my phone, on my Android phone.
What you want to access?
The GoToMeeting application.
Yeah, you can access. You can join it.
Okay, because actually
But but
I have
for
some works on Monday and Tuesday, so
but how you are going to share the screen?
okay, I need to share my screen.
No, no. How you are going to see my screen?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Can't I see it on my phone?
I think you cannot. You can have the like only you can listen it, but you cannot see the screen.
Oh, okay.
Just check out with the support team. Okay, about this option also. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. I'll see you on Monday.
Okay.